This is Jordan Tower with JT News, and I'm going to just get right into the news. I appreciate you guys so much. So we got Kanye West, Piers Morgan. People are looking at how many views Kanye is doing, and they want him on their network now. So Nori deleted it for no reason. Yeah, Nori should have taken the stance that, hey, I don't agree with anything he said. I push back. I'm not deleting it because we're going to leave it up because he has freedom of speech and some, and he can say what he wants. But I would have made a special post just with DJFN to say, like, we don't agree with the things he was saying about anti-Semitism and the George Floyd stuff, and that stuff was sickening, but he's allowed to express himself, and we disagreed with him later in the podcast. I would have explained it in depth because all it is a platform. Kanye, it doesn't mean you're saying it. They weren't agreeing with anything he said. And now other people like Piers Morgan, Cuomo are having him on to get those views. They're going to have these discussions and they're going to push back a little harder on him, but they're going to get the views that Nori, and it's better that the views are within the culture. Am I wrong? Right? Like Kanye is from hip hop, right? Wouldn't you rather that Nori has these discussions with him versus going to Piers Morgan and everything else, and then there's all they're doing is leeching off of Kanye. That's my only point. Kanye was totally wrong. He offended the George Floyd family, even though he did donate to the George Floyd family and marched for George Floyd. Still, to get attention, he said some disgusting comments about that and anti-Semitism because he has problems with certain people he's doing business dealings with. It doesn't mean just because one person does you wrong doesn't mean the whole culture of that person and all the people affiliated with that person's culture are bad, and that's where they should have checked him. They should have checked him on everything. Then we got Charlotte Hornets player James Bouknight. I don't know how to say his name. Passed out in his car with a bag of Doritos and a Glock on his lap, arrested for DWI. What a way to go out. Wow. You don't want to pass out in your car, man. So it's over for him. 50 Cent's launching an El Chapo podcast. Now, he details how this happened. What happened was when in 2004, Young Buck and everybody was on the road. One of Young Buck's guys went out in Chicago with the spinner chain because they did a stop in Chicago, and he got robbed for the spinner chain. He went to the projects in Chicago, got robbed. One of these twins, who I think they're snitches, to be honest with you, because they brought down, the whole thing is they brought down Surviving El Chapo with the twins who brought down a drug lord. So he's going to have a snitch podcast with the El Chapos, the guys that were affiliated with El Chapo, the twins. And he says, they brought the chain back through a mutual friend of 50s, and they developed a connection there. They instead of selling, the chain meant nothing to them because they were making so much money off of drugs back then that they just wanted to develop a relationship. Everyone wants to be affiliated with a famous rapper that's not in hip hop or not in music or entertainment, period. Anyways, that's the news for right now. This is Jordan Tower with JT News. I'll check you guys in the next one. Peace.